Well, let's just talk about it, man. It seems like this year for you has just been non-stop, man. Where are you at right now? Physically, mentally? What's this grind been like for you?
It's been intense. But since I came out here, I feel like I've found myself again. I mean, I put in that work. The hardest worker in the game. The highest paid in the game. So, I come out here now, re-energize myself, and I'm ready to go again. December 12th is business as usual.
Was there any danger of it becoming too much? I mean, I know you want to strike while the iron's hot and capitalize while you can, but was there ever any danger of it just being too much for you?
There's days when it's too much, but like I said, when you reap the benefits of this game, it's worth every second you put in. So that's what's happening right now. I'm enjoying every aspect of this life and all my hard work, and it re-energizes me. I'm ready to go again today. We have a big day today. We go to Fox, back to back work again. What was yesterday? Long day yesterday. Shooting with Reebok in Ronda's gym, 4 to 5 hours straight. The promo for UFC 194. I shot that in Las Vegas, an 8-hour straight day. But I love it. I mean, I'm getting better at it, and people are getting better at it with me. So, like for instance, the thing yesterday with Ronda, I was just hitting the bag, and I was in the gym and I was moving. The promo for 194, they built a makeshift gym, and the cameras took a step back and just let me train, and that was the footage. That's what the promo is going to be. So I actually got like a solid day's work. So it balanced it out. So I'm happy the way the game is shaping up for me, and I'm energized. I'm ready to go.
How much of a break did you actually get to take after UFC 189?
Not one break.
Really?
I went straight into filming The Ultimate Fighter, and I was just hesitant with it. I didn't want to do it. There was no fight at the end of it. There was no real interest in it for me. The only interest for me was to get my teammate Artem in. So that was what got me there. But when it was all said and done, and I went through everything that I went through in that camp, and then I was told, you know, when they told me about it 6 weeks before the fight happened, do you want to coach tough? Yes, of course I wanted to coach tough. Let's do it. What an experience. And then everything happened, and it happened the way it happened. I just need to step the foot back. But I had already committed. So when you make a commitment in this game, you follow through, and I follow through on my word. I show up. So I dusted it off. I had a conversation with myself. What are you here for? Why are you doing this? Are you gonna do it all? Are you gonna go all the way, or are you gonna go half the way? So for the first couple of days of The Ultimate Fighter, I was off with it. I didn't give a shit. And then I slowly warmed to it. Experience of a lifetime. The show actually turned. I'm sure the show is going to be great. There's good I'm really interested to see the contrast in training preparation, in how they approach their training and we approached our training. And then the fun back and forth with Uriah. He's an alright guy as well. He's a harmless little man. It was amusing. He has good jokes. So we had a good time, and it went well. Tune in.
Conor, was the schedule already set for TUF, or did it have to be altered a little bit based on what you're talking about with the Aldo fight being, you know?
No, yeah, well, they told me that the plan was fight Aldo and then coach against Chad for the next challenge to the title. So that was what the plan was, but then obviously Aldo went running, Chad stepped in, and then they threw Uriah in there, and I'm saying I just beat Chad, who demolished Uriah. I beat their best guy, so unless you're giving me a fight here, what's the point in doing this? I asked for a fight against Uriah. I said, put me on the Dublin card. The Dublin card is my card. I'm the one generating that revenue. Even though I'm not on the card, it's my card. So I asked to be on that. I asked to be given a fight against Uriah. It would have been an easy contest. A keep fresh, get rich fight, I called them. And then I would have went straight into the Aldo fight. They didn't give it, so I was saying I'm not going to do the show. But we worked it out, and I done the show.
How do you feel the European fighters stack up against the Americans?
It's going to be an interesting show. I'm looking forward to seeing their interactions in the house. But I said to them, I said to the Team Europe on day one, I said, "You've had a hard road to get here. You've had a much tougher road to get here. Everyone in my room is experienced." Now the Americans were experienced as well, and Uriah likes to shit on his own team. He does it so often. Them alpha male guys, they shit on each other constantly, or they. So maybe that's just the way he is. But he's trying to say that his team's not as experienced, but they were an experienced team. But I let it be known to my team that Yusuf had a much tougher road to get here. There is no European scene at the moment. There is nothing. The Americans, they are part of a UFC fighters gym, and they come up through that. And there's so many opportunities. The Europeans don't get an opportunity. They must go to show after show in the middle of nowhere and fighting in cages no bigger than such small cages, such unorganized events, and in all rules, K1, boxing, any form of fighting, just to get that experience and climb and hope one day you can hit that jackpot. And that's what I let them know on day one. Say, you have had a much tougher road. Go out and use that experience. Go out and break them. They don't want the exchanges like we want the exchanges. They don't want it like we want it. So I put that into their mind and let them go. But at the end of the day, I was there for my teammate Artem. I wasn't there for nobody else. I wasn't going in and I'm becoming emotionally invested with anyone. I didn't get emotionally invested with anyone. I stayed back. I didn't hold nobody's hand. I laid out the sessions when there was fights to be mapped out and what route to take towards victory. Then I stepped in. But for that, I had my coaching staff, and they done a phenomenal job. My pad man, my wrestling coach, my jiu-jitsu coach, they all done a great job, and it went smoothly. It went. We handled it the best way we could, and I'm happy with it. So I look forward to sitting back and watching it.
Did you see anyone on either team that reminded you of yourself, perhaps? Style-wise?
Yeah, no, everyone has their own style, unique style. Everyone has their own ways, and you know, you get a sense. It was an interesting experience to go in and first you read the story of where they came from and what their story is, and then you watch them go in and fight. And then you watch how they fight, and then you see them in the gym, and you see different aspects and you see pros and cons to their style, and you start to get a clear picture of where they're at. So I actually enjoyed it because it kept my mind on the game. It kept my mind focused on my craft, and that's important because it's hard to do that sometimes with everything else that's going on. So it went well, and there's some good people on the show, some skilled fighters and some fighters that come to fight. So you're going to enjoy the show, I'd imagine, I'd hope.
Were you teaching some of the fighters some of your wide open, unorthodox striking?
You know, we were doing more. Everyone's banged up. They come in and they fight to get into the house. One guy has a sore elbow. The other guy can't walk. The other guy has stitches and a face out here. Those who would excel in a competition like that are already prepared. They have already put in their hard training. It's not about me bringing them in and showing them how to throw a jab, showing them how to do a special move. I just laid out a safe training environment where they could go in with each other and not compete against each other inside the gym. Keep training flowy so they enter with a sharp mind and a fresh body. That's what I done. I didn't hold nobody's hand. I didn't teach anyone a secret move. I put their mind right and I put their body fresh. And I let the chips fall where they fell, and that was that.
Where does your style come from? Because is it karate, taekwondo? Like, where did you put your striking together?
I am just trying to piece it all together. I'm trying to move in all ways. You know, before the fight, when I re-injured myself, I had to take a step back from where I was at. I was moving in sequence. I was flowing from different sequences beautifully, and everything was just going so good. And then I re-injured myself, and I had to take a step back, and I was moving in a singular form. I was moving in a singular approach. I wasn't putting my movements in sequence anymore. Until now, I built myself up, and now I'm flown into sequences again, and it's a beautiful time for me. I came out here when I left Vegas. Vegas is a crazy town. for a young multi-millionaire world champion. It is a crazy fucking town. The air is different as well. It's desert out there. I'm only out here 3 days in Los Angeles and I feel like a female gymnast. I literally feel that free in my body. So things are really going good for me and I'm reinvigorated. I'm ready to go and hit that number again and get to it.
Jose said he hasn't even seen your fight with Chad Mendes yet. Do you believe that?
Do you believe that?
No.
I mean, maybe he could not see it from under his duvet. Maybe that's why his vision was blocked, but he was tuned in with rosary beads in his hand, praying with a picture of Jesus on the wall, praying to Jesus Christ that Mendes would get that win. But unfortunately, Mendes was KO'd inside 2 rounds. So
you predicted that Jose wasn't going to show up to the fight this summer. What do you think about the second time around?
I'm trying to be positive with it. They brought him into the Ultimate Fighter gym on the final day. I shook his hand. I'm not trying to scare him. I cannot scare him anymore. He's scared to death. I want to cuddle him and tell him that it's going to be okay and shake his hand and say, listen, show up, man up and let's fight. Stop being a pussy. It will be over soon and you'll be back to your normal life with your wife and your kids and the life you want. But don't worry, it will be over soon. So that's all I can do. Hopefully he shows up, but he didn't show up last time. The numbers still went through the roof. His numbers are low. It's me that they're showing up for. So if he pulls and someone else slots in, it's all good.
So that said, Conor, you know, Frankie Edgar and Chad Mendes are fighting the main event the night before you fight. Are you prepared to possibly have to fight one of those guys if Jose drops out again?
Was I prepared before? I had a lot tougher road than I was in a lot worse situation then than I am now. You can throw anyone in against me. My mind is bulletproof. I will come through and I will dominate. It's funny because when we were in the Ultimate Fighter house, you're right, when Dana was telling me, and you're right, that they're matching Chad and Frankie. You're right, I was like, that's bullshit. Chad's gonna knock him out. And I was like, what the fuck's that mean? What you mean that's bullshit? Chad's gonna knock him out? What? That's good, right? I mean, so I don't understand. Chad probably will KO him, but I mean, I feel I want Jose to show up. I'm going to retire Jose. I'm going to end his career. And then I'm done. I've done what I've said I would do. I said I would kill the featherweight division. There's nobody left. If Frankie was to put on a phenomenal performance and stop Chad or maybe something like that, then I could probably say, all right, let's answer the Frankie question. Let's shut him down real quick. But in my mind, I'm thinking unify and destroy. I'm going to unify the belts and destroy the division, and then I'm going to go up and take the lightweight division as well. So that's where I'm headed right now.
What about the Chad on a full camp question? Do you feel like that's one that needs to be answered?
I mean, you cannot condition the body for those shots. Show me better body work in the history of the sport. Show me where body shooting like that has shut down a man so quick. It's an excuse, and there will always be excuses, but the body shots done the damage. The pressure done the damage. You cannot understand the pressure you were under until you were in there. And when you were in there and you were feeling the ball of the foot, the heel, the fist, the elbow, the knee, the octagon awareness, the high fight IQ, until you're in there and you can feel that, you will never understand. So Chad can say it's cardio, but me and Chad know better. But I cannot blame him for using an excuse. He went from 48 to 500,000 flat. Why wouldn't he want an opportunity like that again? So it is what it is, but it was nothing got to do with cardio. The fight was wrapped up within the first 2 minutes of the fight. I ran over, I shut him down, the body shots wrapped him up. He got a takedown, and I feel it was almost, that was him. That was his success. He could go back to the American wrestling community and be like, I got him down at least. But what does that mean in a fight to the death? What the fuck does that mean? That means nothing to me. So, me and Chad know the condition he was in and what done the damage and what put him out. I shut his body down. and I beheaded him with the left hand. That was it.
So Conor, I guess just to clarify, you think you could go up to lightweight after the Aldo fight that soon?
I believe so. Depending on how things pan out, I feel the lightweight division is on the horizon.
How do your shots connect with Jose Aldo style? His straight ahead Muay Thai, load up on leg kick style versus the other fighters you've had?
He's very predictable. He's very flat. Same entries and same exits. And the way he trains, that will never evolve because it's about maintenance. It's about rounds on rounds on rounds. He will never be able to change his patterns or his sequences. So he will always be in the same rut. Similar with Barao. Barao didn't learn nothing. His reactions, his defenses, his attacks going forward were all identical because the way they train is repetition, repetition, repetition. But repetition is only the answer if the question is how to lock up the frame, how to lock up the human body. So he has a similar style approach to Chad. They are back and forth on the feet. They are very similar on the feet. So I feel it's just another one of the same.
You feel like you were talking about how you had to deal with the injury, come back, and then, you know, versus now, how you're feeling, your confidence level, everything.
My confidence come through here because I faced adversity. The true greats can conquer adversity, and that's what I said to myself every day in that camp. The true greats come through adversity. They cut through adversity like a chainsaw through butter. That's what I kept saying to myself every day, and I came through it. And now my confidence is through the roof. My body is right. Everything is so right. Whereas he ran. He ran. He did not face adversity. He went running. But now he's back. But he's back with a weak mind and a weak. Not only is his body weak, his mind is even weaker. So we'll see if he shows up.
Do you still feel, you know, as you said, you've been through adversity, people were surprised that Mendes took you down, but you had said after the fight, you had no doubt you were going to win that fight. Do you still feel like the one who can beat you is yourself?
100%. It's you versus you in there. The opponent is an illusion. With the preparation I had and the approach I had at that given time, I'm happy with the performance. A couple of takedowns mean nothing to me. I couldn't kick. I could not throw a kick, a clean kick, 2 weeks before the fight. 2 weeks before the fight is when I started to throw a kick. Let alone wrestle. Let alone balancing on a single or these type of sequences. So I went through a lot in that build-up. More media work than anyone has ever done in the sport. Bar Rousey. But up there, neck and neck. And coming through what I came through. And coming through an opponent change. Against the self-proclaimed Mike Tyson of the featherweight division. He called himself the Mike Tyson of the featherweight division. So I marched forward and said, what you got? I'm standing right here in the pocket. You're Mike Tyson, let's see what you got. He hit like it felt like a flyweight. He felt like a flyweight. And he hit like a strawweight.
During the top, and obviously we see a lot of coaches coming in and training the fighters in between camps, you know,
I wasn't holding hands. I came in, there was a morning session and a night session. I wanted the morning session to be with my coaches and to be flowy. And then on the night session I would come in and give or take what challenge laid ahead, I would set up a session and it would be flowy or positional sparring. But I wasn't there every day either. When I needed to be early on, I set it up. But when the competition started narrowing down and we start coming back around on each other, I took a back step and was here for who I was there for. So
you've made a lot of firsts in the UFC. You've broken a lot of records. You had the first live walkout. Is there anything new or surprising we might expect from the season of Tough that they've not done before?
I don't know. I haven't really watched too many Toughs since really a while back. So the formula is the same.
David seems to always be open about his opinion and how the season went.
There was good fights. It was good fights, and I'm sure it's different. I mean, the way I handle it maybe is different than I've seen, as far as I can remember. So I don't know. You tell me. But the formula was the same. Get in, fight, send them to the house, let them go crazy a couple of days a week and film that shit. Get some good TV. Do a cool coaches challenge, and the best man wins. You know what I mean? It's the same formula. It's just different people, and the people is what make it. So Tune in and you tell me. I don't know.
Conor, obviously it seems life is good for you, man. Is there any part of this though? I mean, I know you've had this vision, this goal, this drive. Is there any part of what you have right now that you don't like though? That you've come up and said, man, I wasn't expecting this.
I love this life. It's important for me to remind myself that I love it. There's definitely days where I'm like, fuck all of this. I'm out of here. And maybe one day I will be out of here. And I won't say nothing to nobody. I'll be just gone somewhere. But I remind myself why I do it, what I do it for. And then I just re-energize myself to it. This is the life I've chose. This is the life I have built. This life is not for everyone. This life is not for everyone. It's for the insanely driven individual. And that's what I feel I am. I am insane to this game.
The UFC has been searching for this next wave of stars. It's going to replace George St. Pierre and Anderson Silva and you know, their former. Now they have you and Ronda, and I think the reason a lot of people like you and Ronda is because you got your fight game matches the personality. They're both. Do you also see yourself as a different kind of Irishman? Because I know that back home, some Irish people they want to be how's the word? More discreet, I guess. And you got a really big personality, and I wonder how people at home feel about it.
I am who I am. I was reared where I was reared, and that's it. I am a product of my environment, so I'm an Irishman through and through. But as far as them searching for stars since George and Anderson, bring George and Anderson back. You think they're on this level? You think they were 26 years of age with all these records? With these numbers? No, they weren't. Not even Floyd was 26 with this record and these numbers. You know what I mean? I have the game in the palm of my hand, and I know it, and they know it, and they know I know it. So it's interesting times. Life is good.
UFC going to a stadium. Obviously, I know you want to fight in a stadium in Ireland, not Australia. But was there any part of you that was like, oh, I wish I could be a part of that?
No, I'm happy. I'm happy I created that vision for them. I put that stadium talk into the next. It was here with the talk, and then I knocked it onto another level. So now they have secured a stadium show. So I am happy to generate revenue, even when I'm not showing up.
I think you and Ronda can sell it.
The Holloway Oliveira card, I'm happy to generate revenue, even when I'm not showing up. The Poirier Duffy Dublin fight, I'm happy to generate revenue, even when I'm not showing up. These are off numbers that maybe people would not recognize, but I recognize every single number that my name brings. Before me, there was no main event featherweight fight. No featherweight's got a main event slot unless it was a world title. And even then, because Jose's a do-nothing bitch, as Ronda would say, he fights very, very little. It was maybe 1 or 2. Now, since I have burst onto the scene, there has been like 8, 9, 10 featherweight main events. I am happy to bring in the revenue for this company. Just as happy as I am to take it.
You think you and Ronda could sell out Cowboy Stadium?
I think me and Ronda could sell out Cowboy Stadium separately. I think that's the level me and Ronda are at.
Did you see Ronda while you were here the past 3 days? I know you got a new tattoo as well.
We were shooting yesterday. Her start time was like 8 AM. My start time was 1:30, and I didn't get there till 3. So that LA traffic. So I saw her for briefly. She was handling her business. I handled my business. 2 people at the top of the game handling their business, running the Reebok show. We are the face of Reebok. We are the face of the promotion. So I have much respect for Ronda. It was great to go and see her gym. She has a cool little gym. Edmund. His gym is it reminded me of an old school boxing gym. I believe that's what that gym started as, a boxing gym, and then it transformed into what it is now. But it has that boxing smell. And it's a unique smell. It's a smell of hard work. It's a smell of discipline. It's a smell of dedicated individuals who are chasing a dream, and it's a beautiful smell. So I had fun in that gym. I was hitting the bags. Sorry?
Who's the one in Glendale?
The one in Glendale, yeah. I had seen it on the videos and stuff like that, so it's good to go in there and they have on the wall like all these quotes that are written beside the speed bag. She has like a personalized speed bag and everything. They are doing it correct, and it was great to go and see that gym.
Do you have any insight on why you think Ronda's become as successful as she has?
She's dominant, she's driven, and she's a damn hard worker. You know what I mean? That's it. All the ingredients. She doesn't look the worst. She's a good looker. She's Hollywood now. It's a beautiful concoction. She's rightfully at the top of the game.
How long will you be in Ireland for this stretch?
I am gonna go home. I will come back out maybe 4 weeks before this one. So I'm looking forward to going home maybe 10, 11 weeks. 10, 11 weeks fight preparation, fly out 4 weeks before the fight in Vegas.
Is it hard to get in shape in Vegas? Because I'm always thinking, I don't know how fight is, like you said, it's so dry, that desert air, just like you go for a run.
It's very tough, but I mean, it was the situation I found myself in and I handled it. It was a new experience, but I feel I came through it, and I feel I became seasoned in fight. I feel I went to I kept saying, and this is the evolution of fight preparation, and I feel I have evolved with my fight preparation and how to prepare for a fight under all circumstances, how to prepare correctly. So
there's a lot of people that admire your style. You always have the custom suits. You dress very well today. Team Alpha Male, Uriah, they're very proud of their No Shirt Nation. Do you believe that alone is like a difference in mindset?
I kept telling him to dress his age. I said, you dress like a 50-year-old skateboarder or some loser like that. You know what I mean? I said, dress your age. But he was like, it's about comfort in California. And he was making fun of me and my suits, and I was making fun of him. It was all harmless. He was saying, in California, we work so we don't have to wear suits. And I'm like, that was interesting to me, because I actually work the opposite. I work so I can wear these things. So I want nice things. I want everything I've ever wanted, and I want it in every colour as well. So we are different people from different cultures, but he's a good guy. It was a fun time.
Understanding the success of the last camp that you did in Vegas exclusively and staying at the mansion out there, what was the real genesis behind moving the camp back to Ireland for this upcoming fight?
I miss home. The air in Ireland is beautiful. It's underrated. People back home they underestimate the air and the freshness that we have back home. Until you spend time in a place like Las Vegas in that desert heat, you really get an appreciation for it. So I just miss home, and it's time to go home. I have not been home. I've been working. Here I am working again, rolling right through. I want to go home and bring that belt onto my home soil, put my feet up, toast with my family, spoil my family. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want to go home and do, and that's what I am going to go home and do. And then I'm going to get to work. I get in damn good shape in my hometown. It's where I got to where I'm at, was from training at my gym and training at home. So I look forward to going and continuing this progression and continuing this evolution.
At this point, are there constraints that you have to be out of the country for a certain amount of time? I mean, you've been here for several months at this point.
No, there is no. I am just floating at the moment.
Do you see a possibility of future fights in your country?
I feel... When is UFC 200?
July, Vegas.
I think they're gonna have December. They're probably gonna want me April. I think April, May will be a stadium show, and then I feel July will be UFC 200.
So you do a quick turnaround like that?
But the fights are easy. I'm not getting banged up. The shots tickle. They tickle me. So why wouldn't I keep going? I'm fresh. I'm a hard worker. I'm dedicated. I'm driven to get that number. let's keep going.
You've always talked about, you know, from the beginning that what you were here to do, and now to see it, everything becoming, you know, the visuals that you saw coming realization. You know,
it's powerful. It's a powerful thing to see it all happen. To see what you're telling yourself, who you are, and what you're going to do, and then it's happening before your eyes. It's a powerful, powerful thing, and it just keeps going.
And you always talked about your team, you know, always keeping your team around you, the people that started with you. How good does that feel? Because you took them on Ultimate Fighter. You're able to give them the
We've been
credit
having a damn good time with these visions lately. Life is good for me and my team. It's a beautiful thing.
Do you ever get tired of trying to keep it all up? I mean, it seems like your life is training and then doing all this media and marketing stuff that's non-stop this year. You're very honest about saying that, oh, I'd rather not be doing some of these things, but it seems like once you're doing it, you don't mail it in.
To get to the number I want to get, you got to do it. You got to embrace it. You got to love it. If you don't love it, the fuck you doing here? I could walk now. I could easily go and leave and be comfortable for the rest of my life. I could go and do other shit. But I'm driven for that number. I'm driven for that legacy, to take over the game, to truly have every number, every belt, every single record. It drives me to keep going.
And you said the fighting, you get rich, you get out, right? Do you have kind of like a timeline as far as when you're planning to get out, and what do you think you're going to be doing after?
I don't know. I don't know what's rich enough. Maybe it's get wealthy and get out. There's rich and then there's wealthy.
Do you remember which day in your life you started to have that vision? Which day, which stage of your life you started to have that vision of where are you now?
I've always had it. I've always had visions of better. I've always visualized better. And in times of struggle, like driving down in a banger of a car that I had to push start, I'd be still driving a soft top Bentley around beautiful California in my head. And lo and behold, now I am driving a beautiful soft top Bentley around California. So I always visualized good things. I always visualized victory, success, abundance. I visualized it all, and it's all happening.
We saw your Instagram. Tell us about the new tattoo, the meaning, and did you get a call from Dana?
No, I didn't get a call this time. I like ink. I like the way it feels or something. I like the place I go and get it. It's an escape. You know, coming out here is like an escape. I go floating on the beach. I get some ink. I do what the fuck I want. I re-energize myself. I get my body right, my mind right, and then I come back and I hit it hard, and that's what's happening. So it's just another more ink. It will be a lot more after this too.
Where's your favorite place to go to relax, decompress?
I tell you, but then it probably would not be my favorite place.
Well, it can be general, the beach.
I enjoy the beach. I enjoy the beach. Let's just leave it like that. It's a big ass beach out there.
So while you're here, are you meeting up with Dr. Trash?
No, I have not met up with him yet. I'm good. I brought out my guy, Dr. Payne. He came out and helped me out, rubbed me out, deep tissue work and progressive loaded stretching, and it got me right. And then I put in the work. I am seasoned at recovery, or I am a seasoned veteran at prehabilitation. What Heather, the physical therapist out here, and Dr. Elatrash have taught me about the body, and then what I've learned on my own travels. I'm a seasoned veteran. I did not come here to see the doctor. I did not need to see them. I am good. I am back flowing in sequence. I am back working on my capoeira again. It's been a while since I've been able to go and start working on that side of movement again. So I'm so grateful and so happy that my movement is not just singular anymore. It's in sequence. It continues. So I'm comfortable to continue into different areas now. I can move on one leg and move on the other and kick on both sides and spin on both sides, and this is a beautiful thing for me. That's where I was at.
Did you say prehabilitation? Is that the word you used?
Prehabilitation, yeah. Prehab is like what you do to avoid injury. It's a very important aspect. You cannot just show up and put on the gloves and go hell for leather. You've got to put time into your body. Prehabilitation will lead to longevity. So I have become a master at it.
Anything of note go down at that meeting that you had with Aldo when you guys crossed paths recently?
I just said I didn't think I'd see you again. And then I said, it's good to see you. And it's actually good to see you. And I shook his hand and I patted him on the head and I said, don't be scared, little man. It's going to be all right. That was it. That was the gist of the conversation.
What was his reaction?
I don't know. He had a tear in his eye. I don't know. It was all good. It was cute. It was nice. I don't know.
You do feel like you broke him mentally, right?
I showed up and spoke truth and carried myself the way I carried myself. Nobody can break you except you. So he broke himself.
Do you know what makes you special as a fighter? Is that they can't really teach most MMA coaches won't teach their fighters to fight the way you fight. In fact, for the first 20 years in the UFC, a lot of that creative and unorthodox stuff was like, it might get you into trouble. That was the mindset.
Because there's a lot of rookies and a lot of bums in this game. There's a lot of rookies posing as professionals in this entire business. Not just the competitors, but the people outside of it. There are a lot of rookies that truly do not understand fighting. So, even, what was the myth? Don't kick a wrestler. You can't kick a wrestler. Was that not a big myth at one stage? Was that not like a fact at one stage? And it's correct. Don't kick a wrestler the wrong way. The way everyone kicks, with a push. That's not how to kick, where the whole body torques in. It's easily caught, but you should kick like a whip. You can't catch a whip. So, that's just one of the myths that fight should have shut down. But they will never give me credit. They will look to take credit from me. And they will look to have excuses. And it was because of this. It wasn't because of that. 99.9% of the game would have ran from the situation I was faced with. So, when what happened, they make excuses to make themselves feel better about themselves, but they are well behind me, light years behind me, in fight preparation, in fight style, in business approach, in everything.
You're a true martial artist, you have an appreciation for martial arts. Are there any coaches or other fighters, retired or active, that you'd like to maybe train with someday, just someone you admire or you'd like to pick up some tricks from?
I'm open to train with anybody. You know, when that injury happened to me, I had to lock it in. I could not train with people that I was not comfortable with because there's too much at stake. Now I am back. Now I am free to go again. So I am open to go training with anybody at any time, and no one in particular, but I definitely enjoy training with new bodies and experiencing new movements and new reactions. And so, whereas before I had to lock it in to be safe and to make it to the contest, I had to bring in people that I am completely comfortable with, that I know since day one and that I have been with since day one. Now that we are all back and we're at the level again, we can start bringing more people in and build from there and go from there. So it's a beautiful time for me in the way I'm feeling.
And everyone knows that you're very tight with your team. You had a teammate in this tough series that will begin here on Wednesday. Was it difficult to stay impartial, or
I did not lie to nobody. I did not lie to nobody. I didn't lie to my team. When the fights were laid out, I was fair. You know what I mean? Artem was on the show, but Artem wasn't fighting our team just yet. We were fighting the other team. So I was just, there was no, so when there was a matchup, I was helping them and I was trying to guide them towards it. So it went good.
Going back to the rehabilitation, what are your thoughts on the banning of the IVs for the rehydration after weigh-ins?
I'm not so sure what the deal is with that just yet. I mean, are there tests? Is the testing happening? I'm not so sure. Was Jose tested when he came out here? I didn't hear whether he was tested or not. So this is all. Has it started yet? I don't know. It's been told it started, but I haven't really seen it started yet. I don't know. I just think I don't think they know what they're just doing yet. I think they're still trying to figure it out. They're still in the figuring out stage. So I'm not too worried about it. But I will have my weight down. Is it easy getting to featherweight? Fuck no, it's not. But I'm a machine in there. I walk forward, I march forward. I can go all day. All fucking day I can go. So, IVs, no IVs, I've done both. It makes no difference. I'll be on weight, like I always am. I mightn't look the freshest, I mightn't feel the freshest, but KO after KO after KO after KO after KO, I must be doing something right.
Are you watching what you eat now? Because I noticed you're not eating.
I didn't think we could eat. But I had some breakfast today, but I've been eating clean since I came out here. Something about this soon. Like before I left Vegas, I was waking up at like 5 p.m. 5 p.m. waking up and going, that was my start of my day in Vegas till about 6 a.m. is when I would sleep. And I would be in the gym at 2 a.m. on many occasions. I came here and I woke up at 8 a.m. and I'm in bed by 10 p.m. So I don't know what the fuck. It's a nice feeling, but I'm eating good and feeling good. Not that I don't feel good when I'm sleeping in late, because I do like to sleep in late. I think it's the climate makes me, this beach makes me get up earlier, makes me want to be out earlier, makes me want to eat good, and I feel now that my body is free again, because that's what I feel. I feel freedom in my body these past few weeks. And it's a beautiful feeling. I feel like my work ethic is back. I feel reinvigorated.
Conor, if you get through Aldo, would you move up to fight his countryman Rafael next? Is that like something?
Sure, no problem. I want the belt. Doesn't matter who it is. It's the belt I'm after. I already have the numbers. You know what I mean? I have the numbers. It wouldn't be I want to fight a lightweight guy to get the numbers, because who the fuck? Rafa has nothing. Donald has nothing. Rafa will be lucky to make 6 figures this fight, and rightfully so. He shouldn't even make 6 figures because he doesn't even bring in 6 figures. Donald will probably scrape 6 figures because he shows up and fights every couple of weeks, and he earns that 6 figure. But he don't earn much more than that. I already have the numbers, so when I go to the lightweight division, it will to gain more gold, to warm up my other shoulder, because I'll have this belt. My right shoulder will be lonely, so I want to rack that up as well. So, and make no mistake, they want it as well. They don't give a fuck about each other. What if either of them had the opportunity to scrap that fight and come find me, I can change their life. I can make them rich. So I have the numbers. So when I go onto the lightweight division, it will not be to get nothing else but that gold belt. Whoever the fuck has it, will get it.
UFC doesn't tell us their numbers, but you probably know what your numbers were from last fight. How much better will this card be than that one?
The numbers. I love the numbers. It's gonna be big. It always is. We continue to smash records.
Conor, did you just actually confirm previously that you have yet to be tested? You're saying, you're asking if they even started testing you. You've been tested?
I have been tested by the Nevada State Athletic Commission previous to the 8 weeks before the Mendes fight, and then I was tested the day of the fight, before and after. And that's it. But I don't know. I haven't really heard. I've heard the IV might be banned, and it might not be banned, and it's pushed back. And if it started, then the IV should be. Is the IV banned already? I don't know. I haven't really heard it too much. So I'm guessing that they're still in a process of figuring things out, which is normal because it's a big operation to come in and clean up this crazy game with all this crazy shit going on. So I don't know whether it started, but I was tested for the Mendes fight by the Athletic Commission. I'd imagine I'll be tested for the next one, but let's see.
And so you're talking about revenue that shows that you don't even show up. And, looking at the Dublin card with 2 guys that you actually already fought, Duffy and Poirier, can they offer you the same money?
I'm happy to be bringing in extra revenue for the company. You know what I mean? I'd love to see Duffy climb that rank. Do I think he has it in him? I don't. I think he's a journeyman. When I look at his career, he lost his Cage Warriors lightweight title, the lightweight title that I won. He lost. He was submitted in the 4th round, or in the 4th round, and he filled his shit with excuses. He had a sore hand, or he had this. He quit the sport. He moved country. He changed teams. He was Welsh Joe, then he's London Joe, now he's Canadian Joe, then he sees my success and all of a sudden he's Irish Joe. I'd love to see him climb up, and I would KO him stiff, just for the way this is all panned out. But I see him as a journeyman. I don't see him making that climb. But we'll see. It'll be interesting. This is a nice opportunity for him to go and get up there. Let's see how he handles Dustin. Dustin's no slouch. Dustin comes to fight. Dustin is experienced. A lot of people think they can do what I do until it's time to do what I do. It's a completely different animal with all the media obligation, all the stress. It's not just showing up at the gym no more. So I'm interested to see how it goes. I wish him well. When the opportunity, if the opportunity presents itself, I will KO him stiff. Or if Dustin comes in and makes a climb, because I know Dustin's looking at it again. Dustin wants another crack as well. So it's an interesting fight. We'll see how it plays out, and we'll make decisions, and we'll make talks then after the contest.
Duffy's kind of made it clear that he doesn't feel like he needs to fight you again. He wants to kind of separate himself from that fight. But it sounds like you're kind of interested. I mean, is that something that you want to revisit, just to kind of wipe that away?
I mean, he loses the Cage Warriors lightweight belt and quits the sport, blames a broken hand, moves country, changes teams, changes sport, then sees my success, my hard work. When I faced defeat, I put my head down and I grinded and I rose up and became a 2-weight world champion in Cage Warriors and a UFC featherweight world champion. When he faced defeat, he quit the sport and ran. And then he sees my success and my hard work and my drive and my dedication. He decides to shave a shamrock in his head and call himself Irish Joe and come back. I definitely have my eyes on Al Joe. So we'll see how he goes, but I would love nothing more than to KO him stiff and put him in the ground, or send him back to his other sport that he ran to after he lost.
Your true losses, I've seen them on YouTube. I guess you would agree. You were winning both of those fights until the submission happened. I think, was Joe the quick one?
They were both quick.
Okay.
I was learning my craft, figuring it out. I lost in 30 seconds to a knee bar, and I lost in 39 seconds to a head and arm. They were panic situations. You learn your craft as you go. You face defeat like a champion. When he faces defeat, he puts his head down and grinds. He dedicates his entire life. That's what champions do. That's what a 3-time world champion does. That's what I done. When other people face defeat, when journeymen face defeat, they blame situations. They change teams. They go running. That's what journeymen do. So that's what he done, and that's what I done.
Do you ever see yourself maybe focusing a lot more on grappling and, you know, just making it, obviously your striking is something that everybody, you know, lauds and praises and stuff, but do you ever see yourself focusing? I mean, your coach, in Ireland, he's a grappling coach, right?
John, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I am very comfortable on the mat. I am very, very comfortable on the mat. You will not get me to the mat. By the time, if you get me to the mat, it's already done. Like the Chad fight. But
The ABCC fights were last weekend. Did you happen to watch it?
I watched a few of them, yeah.
Anyone that you stood out that you kind of admired and may pick up some tricks from?
I like competitive jiu-jitsu. I like no-gi jiu-jitsu. I feel there are holes in many of their styles. It's incomplete, I feel. It's not the full package. So I watch and take notes and take notes of sequences and movements, but I continue to focus on the fight game. This is the fight game, it's not a grappling contest.
After UFC 189, Sinead actually posted a sort of an invoice online saying that she only received 500 pounds from her last 3 shows combined. Did you happen to see it and take any photo? And then do you have any comment for essentially what did this video?
For her last 3 shows combined? What does that mean? Like including the UFC show?
She was being, like her manager was stealing money from her.
I heard about all that. Well, I heard that she changed manager last minute or something. So before we had locked her down, I believe Dana got in touch with our manager, and it turns out our manager was like up to no good or something, and then she got a new manager, and then they worked out a deal. So I have no idea what was going on there. I did not see that, but that's you gotta keep your eye on the prize. You gotta keep your mind on your money.
And would you do future work with her? Maybe not for like Rockout, but
yeah, of course I love Sinead. She is a great woman, and she's a very nice lady. I'd love to work with her again, most certainly.
You talk about creating a lot of firsts, in the UFC. I'm sure for you in your mind, you say you have a number, sky's the limit. Do you see yourself changing the UFC? Well, you've already had, but do you see yourself changing the UFC the same way that Floyd changed boxing and created, things that weren't there before?
I feel I'm about to be here, eye to eye. That's where I feel I'm at. So that's a good thing. There's been nobody eye to eye in this game just yet. I feel I am eye to eye.
Guys, we only have a few more minutes left with Conor, so any last minute questions?
You talked about a transition, wanting to make a lot of money. Obviously, if you transition to Hollywood, there's a lot of money to be made there. You don't get hit. Is that something you're looking into?
Fuck show business, you know what I mean? I don't know. Fuck show business, but it's a weird one for me because I'm getting all these crazy offers. Big budget films. Big fucking crazy experiences. And I'm like, I don't know, and I'm saying I can't do it for that amount of time. So no. And I tell them no. And then they come back, oh no, please do, what about this amount of time? And these are like big ass films, like this is the big shit. So I have big offers rolling in. So I don't know. Hollywood is an interesting one.
Ron's mentioned it helps her balance her life out.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Would that be true for you or no?
I don't know, they're long days on set. It's long days on set, but as long as I can keep in motion, as long as I can have a gym and build everything up, and that will all be set up, then I'd go in and knock shit out. It builds profile to get to that right number, and it also builds leverage. I can go to Hollywood. I can walk and go to Hollywood. So it's something to think. It's something, I mean, who wouldn't want to go to Africa and kill a lot of zombies in a fucking jungle forest with like paint and shit? That's the type of shit I'm getting offered. You know what I mean? That'd be a crazy experience running through the African jungle killing zombies with a machete.
Any directors or anybody that
we met with a few people, and I'm hearing things out.
How much of a distraction is stuff like this, and how do you keep yourself focused and balanced, not just in having things pulling at you from different directions?
They come to me. They come to me. You want me, you come to me, and we'll talk then. So that's where I'm at now. And that's the way it should be.
But I mean, with staying focused and not losing, being distracted, you know, with all the, you know, just things coming at you in life? What is it that kind of keeps you centered?
I don't know. I don't think I am centered. I'm everywhere. I don't know what the fuck you know what I mean? I'm just keep rolling and rolling and rolling and learning and learning and learning and evolving. So, I don't know. I'm not trying to be centered. I'm just living life. This is my life. I don't fucking know.
To give some fans some insight of you, just on a personal level, what's your favorite TV show?
The Ultimate Fighter, which starts next week.
How about a scripted show?
I don't really watch TV, to be quite honest. I just watch the numbers.
You're very motivated, but you're also very motivational, and I think a lot of people they're watching you, and they, you know, in these interviews you say things that inspire people, or at least, you know, make them want to get off their butt and do something. Do you see later on in life you becoming, I don't want to, I mean, I guess with you I can say this because you're always shooting for the top, like a Bruce Lee kind of like figure where
I don't
people
know.
are inspired by it?
I don't know. I think at the stage I'm at, I'm like, sometimes I'm going one way and the other times I'm going another way. Sometimes you can let the power get to your head and you can go nuts. And other times I want to be humble and I want to inspire people. I'm here and I'm just trying to stay balanced with it. I'm not sure where or what I'm doing. I'm just being me at that given time. What I feel is right at that given time.
Alright, I'm gonna pull him now.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you here. Thank you so much.